round 1 of season 2, round 1 from Mexico for SWE. We have got a wet qualifying session today, and we will go on board with Daniel KTM on his first lap. Just give me a second. As Daniel KTM just coming through sector 2 now. This is the very tight section here, getting these corners perfect, and it's going to be a very difficult race today. We have got strict corner cutting. So, and this section is very hard on the corner cutting side. Is this pace fender complete as that? Nope. Daniel KTM actually finishing his lap. Right, 1:32.0, and then Dream On has now gone and beat that with a 1:29.3. There we go, that's better. And I will say this, because my last stream got copyright claimed by F1 for if you like this. It is the F1 2018 in the game, so F1, you can't copyright claim me. I'll say that now, I'll get copyright claimed. But hey ho, I don't understand why they're against us live streaming games, really. So at the moment we've got Mill with the fastest lap, White second, Billy third, Pace Fen fourth, MC fifth, Wizards sixth, Killer, James seventh, Daniel eighth, no he's now ninth, as MC beaten, going to fifth now, and Dream on eighth. Adams still in the pits. Max Wheatley on a lap, I think. Malizio in pits, and Boogers Boosten just about to go on to his first lineup now. Oh, now we got Radiant Wizards now taking pole position with Pace Fen second. Mills now third. So we've now got White taking over the lead. Oh, White taking pole now away from Wizards. Militio on dry tyres? Nope, not yet. DRS now been enabled, so we'll see a change of tyres for all the drivers. So this is when the 118s or so will be getting set. And if I do go quiet, don't know if you've been here before, but there's a very, very beautiful girl that deserves my attention as much as commentating does. Oh wait, no, she deserves more attention than commentating. So if I go quiet for a second, that's probably why. Or either it's got boring. Max, oh, I saw that corner cut. But no. And I know she's was watching this. I don't know if she still is, but you know who you are. You mean a lot to me. Now we've got this little quirky thing out of the way. Whoa, what the fuck happened there then? Quirky thing out of the way. We'll go back to qualifying now. Which, what the actual hell? There we go. So MC out now on Hypersofts. So we got James Killer out, MC out on track now. We got Mills and the driver of Dream on track now, I think. Yeah, Dream on 6. So we'll ride on board with MC as he comes through the final sector now, going through the stadium section, coming through this final corner, getting a good exit. I'm not trying to get back end out too much, getting a good line, straight line it from here now. Open DRS now as I cross the line to start his first flying lap on the soft tyres. So hyper soft tyres. So MC being the first car out and going through sector 2 now, coming up to a sector that he needs to make no mistakes on, because if he does, his lap is over and won't be setting a good lap. There's a good line through there, getting a bit wide on the exit of that corner though, but not being done for corner cut yet. A corner that you can corner cut walk quite badly there. Going through the final sector now as getting very far, going very wide into the corner, getting a good exit to go and set a 118.9. James could have had a better lap. He went and has gone and set a 1:18.783. So I was right about the 1:18s. But one driver we need to look out for is Boogers Boosen, the champion of last year. Coming in the Ferrari again, if I'm correct. He was in Ferrari last season. Second sector now, going into the wiggly little S's. Being a bit more on the throttle than the other guys. Flat out through there. Good lap. Looks like it's going to be a good lap from Boogers, or a normal lap from Boogers. Mills with a 1:16.8. That's a very quick lap. The Dream On set 1:17.7. So we'll go back to Boogers Boosen as he goes throughout the final corner now, going up to the line to set a 1:15.8, and that is why he is the reigning champion of the league. A whole second quicker than Mills so far. I don't know what that was about there. White being held up by a AI of Radiant Wizards. Max Wheatley has left the lobby, so I don't know if he has crashed out. Malizio, a bit slidey. Billy going with the fastest lap, so Boogers has got some improvement to do if he wants to be. And as I say, Boogers being a second quicker than Mill's gone and beaten him. Well, so we've got 3 drivers now in 1:15s. I didn't expect that. Really? Let's get the details and telemetry. So Boogers actually 3 seconds down in his lap, so I think he will be going into the pits this lap, or he will be going for another lap. And these guys were only on the Ultra Softs, so the drivers like James Killer and Dream On, who have been out on the Hypersofts, MC out on the Hypersofts, being quite slow. So Boogers Boosen back in the pits. Mills a second down in his lap so far, with Villy just cruising it back to the pits, I think. Mills just closing in on the back of him, going into the final sector now. I think both of these drivers will be pitting. White 2 seconds quicker, so he's going to be 1:23 so far. Obviously just a banker lap. I think, no, he's not going to be able to set a banker lap and a flying lap, I'm pretty sure. With only 3 minutes remaining, he won't get round and back into the pits in time. So he's either got to cancel this lap, 7 seconds up, so he's now going to be 1:18. So he's going to be about 5th. No, he's run out of fuel, so he will be going into the pits and maybe going back out onto the track with the Hypersofts to see how quick he is. He's got to make this one very quick pit entry. Billy, Boogers Boosen. Oh damn! Your KTM now going second fastest, as Radiant Wizards goes and sets a 1:14.7 on a second 2 laps worn Ultra Soft. So we've got a battle on our hands now. Boogers Boosen's possibly going to come back out on track now and possibly go to beat him. And if Boogers Boosen doesn't get pole, this is a change. So Boogers Boosen actually just coming down the pit lane now, I think. Daniel KTM just letting people past. Bogus Boosting, yeah, back out on track, so he's probably going to go for one last lap. He's got to be very quick on this out lap. Daniel KTM not going for another lap. He goes into the box and that's him over. Billy's in the pit lane, so I don't think he'll be going back out. Radiant Wizards retiring from the session because he's going to be in the top half of the grid still. So as Mills comes out the final corner now to go set a 1:15.5. So we've now got 6 drivers in the 5 drivers in 1:15s. Bogus Booston's got to go as quick as possible. Mills just starting a lap now. Dream on. We'll find out if he's quicker here. Going into the end at the end of sector 1. Second down, so he's going very even with his lap time as Bogus Boosting comes out the final corner now to start his final lap. He has made it around. James Killer making it round as well. MC, I don't think he will make it. No, MC does not make it, so that's MC out for the qualifying. So right on board with Bogus Booston, the defending champion, to see if he's going to improve on his qualifying position going into the end of sector 1, going taking a hard left, hard right. Mills going with the pole lap of a 1:14.4. Pace Fen retiring as well. Pace Fen not doing as quick as I expected today. Bogus Booster coming through the S section now. Oh, that's a bit close. Coming through the final section now. Coming into the castle section, the stadium section. Going to try and get a better exit out of this corner here. And going to go full power down the out of the corner to the line to go set a 1:0. Oh, his lap time got invalidated. So unfortunately, Bogus Booster doesn't improve on his lap time. So Bogus starting 9th. Now that is a shocker. As we finish the qualifying round, now, we've got Mills on pole, new driver to the league. We got White second, Wizards third, James Killer fourth, Billy fifth, Metalio sixth. Metalio done a good lap there. Daniel 7th, Dream On 8th, Bogus Booster 9th, MC 10th, Max Wheatley 11th, Basefen 12th, Adams, it's Adam 13th. So unfortunately these guys did not set a lap on the soft tyres, so they will be starting quite far back, but they'll be starting a brand new set of tyres. So we will now go into the main race. So we are just going on to a formation lap. So we got Meal. Oh, I'll go into this view actually because I get done by YouTube, PlayStation from it. We've got Mills leading the guys all ready. So Mills being I've never seen him drive before, and it's a shock that he's beaten Bogus Boosen, who I'm pretty sure last season won the championship. So don't know if Bogus just doesn't like the track or it just didn't have the setup or anything. So we'll find out further into this race because Bogus is very good on his tyres and can last a long time. So we've got Mills leading the way. Yeah, Mills the new driver in the Toro Rosso. We've got White, who's in the Mercedes. Radiant Wizards, who's a new driver, I'm pretty sure, from a driver for Williams. James Killer in the Haas. We got Villi in the Ferrari. Natalio, the Italian, in the McLaren. Daniel KTM in the Renault. Dream On in the Force India. Bogus in the Ferrari championship, reigning champion. MC in the Toro Rosso. So I don't think he'll be too pleased that his teammates qualified on pole, and we'll try and probably go for a better race today. Max Wheatley in the Red Bull, and same as Pace Fen, and it's Adam in the McLaren. So we are 5 red lights and we are underway now. Mills getting a great start as we go down into turn 1. It's a mess going into that. There's 4 wide, 5 wide. Oh my, that is the most amount of F1 cars I've seen going into that one corner. So Mills leading the way after the first corner battle, with White second. Let's just get the informations up. Tyres. We go intervals. There we go. So we got there's a battle further back. Bogus Boosen jumping up to 8th now. So getting past Daniel KCM, who I think has had a bad start. Bogus Boosen probably going to go quite a long time on the ultra soft tyres. As Dream On going very wide out of the exit of the S-Bends. As Max Wheatley pushes Bogus Boosen off the track. So as an argy-bargy is happening here. MC very close to Max Wheatley as they come out the final corner. They just this could be a crash yet. These two have got phenomenal Wi-Fi. They haven't crashed yet. Radiant Wizards already in the pit lane, so obviously he had his front wing knocked off, because I did see a front wing go flying across the track. As MC goes for a dive bomb into turn 1 on Max Wheatley. Daniel KCM getting passed as well. So now we've got Bogus Boosen now into 7th place. Metalio in 6th. Dream in 5th. James Killer 4th. Billy 4th. 3rd. White 2nd. And Mill 1st. I'm going to carry on board, follow this battle for a little while until another battle of Bruce. Max Wheatley now into 8th place. Daniel not having the best of first laps. He has lost a total of 2 places. But unfortunately for Radiant Wizards, who's lost 9 positions. So, as Daniel KTM looking for the lunge into the sector 3. Stadium section, probably the best place to watch a race. White with the fastest lap. Probably going to get beaten by Bogus Boosen now. Don't see a beaten lap by Bogus. So, What is up with my PlayStation? 1 minute. Okay. My PlayStation's mucking up. Ooh. White's going for the inside move on Mills. Mills getting pushed off wide, off the track there by White. So White now leads the way from Mills, and Billy getting very close behind Mills. Billy may look for an overtake there. As Pace Sven has just crashed out and retired from this race. I don't know if he had a little bit of a spin on the exit of the corner, so that's his race over. I don't know what's up with my PlayStation. I don't know if it's my controller or what. So sorry if I keep going to getting the pause in, because the PlayStation decides to bring up the PlayStation menu thing. As we complete that lap, Bogus Boosten not closing in that much on Militio, with DRS going into as Villy gets over, Villy and Mills side by side. Mills just backing off there, giving Villy the position. Villy gonna have DRS going down the straight into turn 4, going a little bit wide into the corner. As Matilio and Dream On going very close. Matilio just locking up into the sharp right-hander. White now pulling, it's now got a 1.5 second gap to Villy. Villy pulling 0.6 of a second gap, and James Killer 2 seconds behind. As we go on board to watch. Dream On crashing into the wall, losing 2 positions and a front wing. So that will be Dream On pitting. Mitalio getting the back end very sideways on the exit of the corner, going out of the final corner, as Bogus Boosten going to have DRS on Mitalio as they go down the straight. Bogus Boosten going for the overtake and has made it. As Daniel KTM going for the overtake into turn 1. Who's just have to hold back slightly there. We don't want everyone's front wing gone in the first 5 laps. Radiant Wizards with the fastest lap with no DRS at all. So it's a quick lap from him with the 3 laps old super softs. So that shows you the difference of how well people's tyres are, as Daniel KTM gets a 3-second penalty for going off the track there. No battles at the moment. The closest battle is Mills on Villy, so we'll keep an eye out for these two having a battle further into the race. So we've got Radiant Wizard and Dream, who's actually pitted now. Bogus Boosten jumping up 4 positions so far as well. Bogus Boosten and James Killer side by side going into turn 1. So as Max Wheatley gets past Mitalio as well. So Max Wheatley on the charge as well, trying to follow up with Bogus Boosten. James Killer just getting a little bit ahead, sideways out the corner. As Bogus Boosten, as MC has just come out of the pit lane. Daniel getting onto the back of this battle ahead of him. And Mills closing in on Villy, as Mills get a 3-second penalty. So with about 5 laps into the race, we'll give you the penalties for drivers. White 0, Villy 0. Penalty for Mills. A penalty for Wheatley. Penalty for Daniel. Penalty for a stop and go for that Dream, and that was it. as I think I've just seen an overtake. So, yes, Max Wheatley going down a position now to James Killer. Max Wheatley just jumping in the pits now to get rid of his hyper soft tyres. Max Wheatley getting a 5-second stop and go penalty. So driver's getting a 5-second penalty quite often here. As Billy goes for the has gone into the lead of the race, taking White's position now. White have given a 3-second penalty for cutting a corner. MC being given a 3-second penalty for cutting corners or going off track. Billy just diving a little bit deep into the corner. Mills on the hyper soft tyres, so his tyres aren't the best now. Whoa, Wheatley with Dream On very close now. Going into the first corner. Dream to stay behind. James Killer and Daniel KTM are battling as well. Daniel KTM going off track slightly, giving the position to James Killer. He possibly will need to pee. His tyres are very warm. White just trying to keep on the back of Billy now, as they are 7th. We've come through the final corner to start the 8th lap of the 36 to go through. Mills, Mitalio and James Killer all pitting. Daniel KTM staying out for one more lap. Booger's Booster staying out for another lap. Booger's Booster's probably tyres are probably on about 20%, knowing him. SX White just falling off Billy, going into sector 2 now. So I don't know if White's tyres are just going off slightly or what. James Killer get overtaken by Max Wheatley on the exit of the pit lane. So that gives the position back to Max Wheatley. So Max Wheatley with older tyres, heated up tyres, gaining a position there. There's not any battles really commencing at the moment. Billy staying out for another lap. White staying out for another lap. Booger's Booster, he's staying out for another lap. Radiant Wizard's being given a 3-second penalty, so he cutting the corner again. Oh, that's very wide by Radiant Wizard. Mitalio in 6th place on a brand new set of tyres, as well as Mill is as well. Daniel KTM in the pit, so Daniel... Oh, White being given another 3-second penalty. Naughty boy. Daniel KTM just leaving the pit lane now, so he will come out behind Dream On, so he's lost a load of positions as MC Max Wheatley nearly collide going into turn 1. MC going for the wide line. Give me a second so I can look at the comment. Oh, Mill's been given a 3-second penalty. So I think it's going to be this pit lane that's giving a lot of drivers penalties today. As I think we've had 4 or 5 penalties given already for speeding in the pit lane. White just falling off the back of Billy now, as Booger's Booster not actually catching. So I don't know if his tyres are going as well. Mill with the fastest lap of 1:17.4 on the Ultra Softs. As Radiant Wizard and Max Wheatley, I want to say, don't worry, it's not really a battle anymore. Max Wheatley with 1:16.7, so that's a very quick lap from Max Wheatley. Going into down the straight into turn 1 now. Hello, Andreas. And yes, so Daniel KTM giving another penalty, another 3 seconds. So not doing so well after. Oh, as MC going for the dive bomb of a century. Boys, it's only just turned 2019. Don't do a dive bomb of the century, mate. Oh, as James Killer just hits the back of MC, losing another position to Dream On. So Daniel KTM could be catching onto the back of James Killer through this section here. Dream On, maybe having a problem with his car. So making sure that there's no collisions. Daniel just stepping back so he doesn't get involved. As Daniel will come out of the final corner now with DRS on the back of Dream. Dream will have DRS on. Okay, well this is as we see James Killer just get ahead of MC going into turn 1 now. Daniel getting a position on Dream On. Oh, as they just touch there, slight touch of the wing. Daniel having DRS going into the... Whoa! Dream On with the dive. Dream with a dive bomb that should never be done. That's a very dangerous dive bomb. That's a bit of an Andreas dive bomb. If you're still watching my stream. Or a certain somebody else. Don't know, I won't say names. MC being given another 3-second penalty, so not a good race for drivers today, getting many penalties so far. Villy and SX White still battling away for the lead of the race. Boogers Boosen losing quite a bit of time now. He's now 6 seconds down, and I think he was 4 seconds down about 3 laps ago. So Boogers will probably want to be pitting soon, or he will be losing a lot of time on Mills and that. I think he will be coming out where... Oh, Daniel KTM going for the dive bomb and not making it on track, losing a lot of time and a lot of places. Slotting back into the position he was in before. You know, DRS going down into the 4th turn, getting past James Killer. MC being as James Killer nearly just put Daniel KTM into the wall. SX White and Villy now closer than they have been this whole race. Radiant Wizard being given a 3-second penalty, and I think he is retiring from this race. I don't know. Yes, I think that is him out of the race. Oh, as Daniel KTM goes for the lunge on MC, so Daniel KTM now going into 7th. Boogers Boosen in the pit lane, coming down the pit lane now. Gonna be ahead of... No, he will be behind him, so it will be Max Wheatley slotting ahead of Daniel KTM, so Boogers Boosen. So Boogers has lost a total of about 8 seconds on Mills. Villy and White 13 laps in on Ultrasoft, so these guys are on ridiculously worn tyres as James Killer nearly goes into the barrier. Boogers actually on the Hypersoft, so Boogers going for a 2-stop if I'm right. That's a different strategy that I've ever seen around here, because they last about 4 laps I think around here. Well, they do when I drive, because I can't drive. Other than in the car, not a race car. But anyway, we won't get into that. Billy and SX still not pitting. These guys have seriously got a death wish or something like that, because these guys are ridiculous. This booster now only a second behind Max Wheatley, so there could be a battle for 5th place coming up soon. Max Wheatley just slightly edging away from Boogers Booster going into Turn 1 now. Or as Dream On and Dream On MC. Oh, it's a three-way battle going through the court first. Or as James Killer just losing his front wing. MC losing position. Daniel Dream On not losing any position. I think he gained one position. Daniel KTM just pulling away from these guys. As Boogers Booston and Max Wheatley battle, and Max Wheatley goes off the track, so that gives Boogers a position. Boogers' next battle is going to be Melitio, who's just exited the S section, so he's got a bit of closing up to do. As these two still out on track, so sooner or later there will be an extra car on their back, on the back of them, who's got fresher tyres. Dreamon given another penalty as Villy getting past SX White going into turn 1. So I think Villy will probably possibly pit now as he's got ahead. But they're going to try and go to lap 18 and do ultra soft tyre, ultra tyre. So yeah, this is very different. So I feel like these two are going to be doing a one stop. As MC and Dream On are battling away. James Killer with half the front wing still battling as well with the two boys in front of him. For Mills, whose first race it is in the league, he is doing pretty good, I would say. Boogers Boosen closing in very quickly on Metalio. A lap ago he was 4 seconds, he's now only 2 seconds behind. So that shows his true speed as Villy pits and SX White pits, so no, they are not. Or SX being given a 5-second penalty, so that's ruined him now. And White out of the pit lane. Metalio into the lead, into Mills in the lead. Metalio second, Boogers Boosen third. Villy fourth. Wheatley now fourth actually. Villy fifth. SX sixth. Oh, and they're going for the super soft. So these guys will be going to the end. So 20 laps. They'll make 20 laps. As James Killer and whoa. 3 wide going into turn 1. Oh, contact has been made. James Killer being given another 3-second penalty for collision with Dream On. James Killer just taking the end plate off of MC as Max Wheatley loses a position to Villy. So and Metalio being given the 3-second penalty and Max Wheatley giving the position to White. So these two have been given a position so that they can carry on battling by Max Wheatley and Boogers Boost and captured onto the back of Metalio going into the stadium section now. Boogers Boost getting a bit deep, getting pushed off the track, so he's not going to have a better run. Metalio going to have to defend like heck from Mr. Boogers Boost as he comes out of the final corner. Boogers Boost starting the DRS and going for the overtake. This is going to be a simple overtake for Boogers. There we go. Boogers' next target is Mills. Not in a bad way, but that's his next player to battle. Daniel KTM in the pits now, so he's been on the second. This is his second set of tyres. About to go on to his third now. SX White being given another penalty, so we'll go through the penalties now. And I think that this is not going too well for SX. So we've got 2 penalties for Mill, 1 penalty for Boogers Boosten. Boogers Boosten getting a penalty. Wow. Metalio with a penalty. Villy with nothing. White, 1, 2, 3 penalties and a stop and go. Max Wheatley, 2 penalties in 1 lap, really. Dream On with 2 stop and go and 1 penalty. James Killer, 2 penalties. MC, 1, 2, 3 penalties. Daniel KTM, 1, 2, 3 penalties. Radiant, 1, 2. Radiant's not even here. Pace Fan, nothing. Dream On being given another penalty. Oh, Mills in the pits and Boogers Boosting gets given the lead now. And Villy second place, and then White in third. Mitalio in the pit lane. For me, I haven't actually got a pit crew, so that's pretty boring for me. Daniel KTM, there's just pitted actually. Dream On and Dream On, Mitalio, yeah, they're just pit lane passes. MC and James Killer are going into turn 1 with Mitalio in front of them, so Mitalio has just come out of the pits and has got to defend from these two guys who are on Mitalio on brand new tyres, these two on worn tyres. Hi Ninja. So we're now halfway into this race. Bogus Boosen going to come across the line to start his 19th lap and will be leading has been leading the race for this lap. Villy in second place, SH White in third, Wheatley fourth, Mills fifth, 316, Mitalio seventh, MC eighth, Killer ninth, Daniel 10, Radiant Wizards 11th. Radiant and Pace Fen have both retired. Well, Pace Fen crashed out, and it's Adam. I don't think he rejoined. MC and MC pitting, so his tyres are done. Bogus Boosen, don't know how, is still on these tyres, I shall say. Oh, as that was just a back, just got a ghost. So there's not actually many battles going on at the moment, so we'll ride on board with Bogus Boosen for the rest of this lap, as White being given another penalty. So at this rate, he will be below Max Wheatley, I am pretty sure. So let's have a count of White's penalties. White has got 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, so he's got 12, 17 second penalty. Bogus Boosen getting a 5-second penalty going into the pit lane. So Bogus Boosen going in onto the soft tyre, ultra soft tyre, so he's going to go to the end on them. 16 laps to go. Wheatley coming out of the pit, coming across the line now. That's another position down, and this is going to be tight between Mills and Bogus Boosen as Bogus Boosen gets his speed back up now, going down the home straight towards turn 1. He's got Dream On catching the rear end of him now. So Bogus Boosen having the best tyres on the track now. Who's pretty quick on these tyres and will be going to the end. So the driver I think will be going to the end will be Villy, White. White just going off there. Mills, Bogus Boosen, Mitalio, Daniel, MC and Radiant, but Radiant doesn't really count because he's not actually here. So White losing some time now on the back off of the Ville now, as White Max Wheatley pitting onto the, probably going on to the super soft or another set of ultra softs for the end. Bogus Boosen coming across the line as he starts his 21st lap. Yeah, so these two who were battling for the first 14 laps or so, and now first 16 laps, are no longer going to be battling and have now separated their gap. As Bogus Boosen still closing in quite rapidly onto Mills, so could be a battle brewing any minute now for Bogus Boosen. Bogus Boosen being one of the best drivers in this league, hands down, probably one of the best drivers I've seen race. Oh, as he runs wide there, not getting a penalty, so he was lucky. Mills, how many penalties has Mills got actually? Because 3-6. So currently, if White doesn't get any more penalties, he will be staying in the position he is, unless Buga's boosting gets past him, which he's just going to set the fastest lap. So more than likely, this will no doubt not be the end of the race for Mr. Bugas Boosen. I'm hoping probably for a late lunge, as Dream On is in the pit, as well as James Killer. So the two drivers in for new sets of tyres, as Dream On has his penalty, as well as Killer hasn't got a penalty. So that's good for James Killer. Biggest person coming through. The S is now following Mill, being only 0.5 of a second behind Mill into the final sector now. Billy slowly getting closed in onto by Mr. SX White, as well as Bugas Boosen closing in onto the back of Mill, as Max Wheatley being given a 3-second penalty, as Bugas Boosen will have DRS going down the home straight, the very long straight, very long dusty straight of Mexico, going into turn 1 now, braking hard, going to have the outside line. Biggest Boosen just letting off, so Mill's gonna have the position, and Max Wheatley with the fastest lap. So don't know if that was a bit of corner cut or what. So yeah, yeah, White's closing in on Billy. So these two, oh, Mill's been given another 3-second penalty, so that's good for Bugas Boosen. We'll ride on board with Bugas for a little bit longer now. We'll stay with him until this battle is over. Thing is, I want to see him close this 14.5-second gap on the leaders. Going into turn 1 now. This is where the battle happened last time. Mills just letting off this time, so Mills will now go down to 4th place. Bugas up to 3rd. Bugas has now got to do his best drive of his life and close in 14 seconds in 12 laps. Well, 16 seconds if he wants to get pole. Gets 1st place. As Mill probably will try and keep onto the back of him and probably go through with him to get another position, hopefully. Max Wheatley closing in on the back of Daniel, as Bugas Boosen being given a 3-second penalty. So not the best either for Mr. Bugas. So Villy, I think, still only having a 1 warning, 3 warnings now. White on 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 9 seconds, 12 seconds penalty, so 17 seconds penalty. So that's gonna probably be him done. Oh no, that would be 6. That's gonna be 11. So he's got close to 6 seconds if he wants to get past White. Mill just losing time on Bugas Boosen now. So Mr. Bugas Boosen doing his normal thing of closing in very quickly onto Mr. White. So Max Wheatley getting past Daniel KTM into the 1st corner now. Okay, Daniel trying to get a better exit out of the corners to try and go for a battle, but Wheatley will get the DRS from the last sector, so he will keep his position. Bugas on the charge, 12.9 seconds away now from Mr. White. White losing time to Villy. Going down the home straight now into sector number 1. Billy finally getting a penalty. Not in a good way, but I'm just saying that it's the first penalty he's got, and it's 26 laps in. And as well, White closing in quite quickly onto the back of Villy. So I don't know if Villy had a big off there. Letting White catch up now, because White is only 2.1 seconds behind Villy. So this is where this battle will be recommenced. And maybe Bugas Boosten gets involved in this as well. Mill's not keeping up with him, so yeah, I don't think that's going to be a battle. Oh, as Dream On and MC going to go side by side into turn 1. And going to keep the lead. It's going to be Dream On taking the lead of that battle now. So we've now got that battle brewing, as well as we've got this battle still going on as well. So there's a big battle for the lead at the moment. 2 seconds for White and 0.7 of a second for MC on Dream On. So this is going to be a close race. This is with only 9 laps remaining. Bugas Boosten being 12.3 seconds down on SX White. White only being 2.1 seconds behind Villy. So the top 2 are going to be battling away maybe at the end of this race, pitting on the exact same lap. It's going to be a tight race these two are going to have, whereas Bugas Boosten on 4 laps newer Ultra Softs going to be pushing as hard as possible to try and get past these, as Mill being given another 3-second penalty. So this isn't looking too good for Mill either. There's no battles at the moment other than White. Villy only having 1 second, or what, 3-second penalty, as well as whereas White having 17-second penalty, and Bugas having 11. So MC being given another penalty. So 11.9 seconds now away is Bugas Boosten on SX White as they come through the second sector now, sort of thing. MC closing. Oh, White being given another 3-second penalty, so that's White raise a little bit more. MC gonna have DRS on, Dream On. I don't think they're gonna. Oh, laggy Mr. Dream On. Down the home straight into turn 1 now. MC not going for the overtake. He's smart enough not to do that. And the gap now between the two leaders only 2 seconds. So that's gonna be a close one, as well as Boosten closing in about 6 seconds in the last 3 laps or so. So there's going to be a chance of these guys going to be battling for the lead, possibly. Well, I hope there is. We'll ride on board with Bugas Boosten until the battle of MC and Dream On gets a bit closer. Can't see him closing quite quickly on the back of the Mercedes. As soon as it's 0.3 of a second, we're going to close in. We're going to zip over to MC, as MC is actually doing just cross the line. So that's how far they are behind. Shows you how quick these guys are. Dream On has just been given another penalty, so MC gonna have a DRS now. Not gonna have a good enough chance to get past. Mill and MC, the only two drivers that are called, got the yellow fuel symbol, so shows how quick they're pushing. Boogers pushing 12 seconds behind, so I don't think Boogers is now closing any more time to the back of the two top drivers. MC being given a 3-second penalty as MC just tapping the rear end of Dream On as they go into the cost section as MC spins Dream On around. So there may be a bit of discussion about that in the race, after this race. And there is actually footage of this crash, so you might want use evidence. But we'll now go back to Boogers Boosen, who's well, MC going letting him back past, so MC realising that Dream On MC shouldn't have had that position, as James Killer now involved into this battle with MC and Dream On. So as they go side by side into turn all four, MC going up the inside line, always bit slide on the exit, but James Killer gets away, gets the lead. We're right on board with MC as he goes for the overtake on James Killer, going for the exit of the S bends, going into sector 3 Castle Stadium section. Has got the inside line, going to go a little bit deep, as well as Killer's going to have the better exit out of that corner. Killer go for a dive bomb there. Boys, it's only round 1. We've got many races to go. So MC not going to have DRS, but James Killer will. James Killer is going to pull away from MC. Oh, actually, MC closing in on the back of him, actually. So MC going to go for the lunge into turn 1. Go a bit, though he's not gone deep at all. He's made the perfect overtake and taken back the 9th place that he had before. The top 3, I don't think they're going to have any more battles. Mill's not going to close in, I don't think, on the leading 3. James Killer being given a 3-second penalty as he just clips the rear end of MC, nearly spinning him out. So this back battle is getting very intense now, and there could be some penalties being given to some of the drivers for their unsportsmanlike behaviour. Don't know if that is a part of this league, I can't remember. As MC got to defend the inside as James Killer tries to go for the dive, as he's going to have the outside line, or as they're wheel to wheel going through the stadium section, a very tight section. All as James Killer nearly re-ends the back of MC. Oh, I thought he was just drifting into the pits there. James Killer going to have DRS on MC, going down the home straight. MC weaving to try and defend his position. MC being very dangerous on the track, trying to defend his position as he goes for the lunge into turn 1, keeping his position. MC just going back behind. So MC gonna have to do all his best to get back past James Killer in this lap, or maybe next lap, to keep this battle alive. Let me have a look. SX and Billy, I don't feel like they're going to be battling anymore. Lucas Booston, as he stands, will take the second place off of White. So it's been a very hectic race, as MC getting very close to the back of James Killer as they exit the final corner. Going down the straight now. Going to have DRS as well and overtake. So he's going to use all his ERS going down the home straight, trying to get past James Killer, as he's going to run out just as he gets past MC. James gets past James Killer. Going to run out. Oh, Dream On being given a 3-second penalty. James Killer going to have to use all his fate to get past. MC just trying to save his ERS now. Going into turn 4. Boosting just slowly drifting off of the back of White a little bit more. So I think his tyres are done, as the leaders should be. Oh wait, no, the leaders are just behind this battle here. Oh, as James Killer going for the inside line, going into the corner, as MC going a bit wide, going for the inside line for the next corner here. Going to take back the lead of this this battle. Daniel KTM taking back the taking a 3-second penalty again. James Killer going to have DRS going down the home straight into turn 1. He's going to maybe go for the lunge into turn 1. He's going side by side, and he's going to go a little bit deep, and cut back across MC. MC not losing any part of his wing, but will keep behind as well. So MC just losing it for some time. Billy on his 35th lap of 36. So as we come up to the end of the race, really, we got one more lap after this, and it'll be over. As MC and James Killer, James Killer is not out. MC is out, so them two are out of this race. So unfortunately, we've had catastrophe with that crash there. So we're only down to 8 drivers remaining in this race. Wow, 1 lap remaining. 1 lap remaining, and they crash out. That's just unfortunate. So as Billy coming across the line to start his final lap, White coming across second, Boogers Burton third, Mills fourth, Mintilio fifth, Max Wheatley 6th, with Daniel KTM 7th, Dream On 8th, James Killer and MC 9th, and Radiant Wizard is in 10th, 11th, I mean. Let's just check the penalties for Boogers Booston. Boogerson's only got, he's got 9 seconds, plus the stop and go, which is going to be 14 seconds. White has got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 seconds. Okay, so he's got 20 seconds. Oh no, it's not going to be enough, I'm pretty sure. I think he might win, might not get second place here. If White mucks up, then this is Boogers Booston's second place. Boogers Booston getting a 3-second penalty, so that's going to be Boogers Booston not getting it at all now. So as we're going to see a White Billy coming out of the final corner now, and he has crossed the line to win the first round of season 2 at Mexico. White second, getting his 5 second not served stop and go penalty. So we'll see as Boogers Booston comes across the line. As he's going to jump him, he's not going to jump him. It's going to be Billy, White. Oh, Mills getting. Oh, Mitalio getting 3rd place. Mills getting fourth. Booster being dropped down to 5th place. Max Wheatley getting 6th. Daniel KTM 7th. And if I'm right, it's going to be Dream on 9th. 8th for me. 8th. KTM. Daniel KTM gets 7th. And Dream On's going to get 8th. I think Dream On just taking it a bit chill now. He comes around the final corner here to take 8th place. So for the championship stand in the for the first round, it's been a very competitive race from all across the board, really. We started off with a 5 wide going into turn 1 at the first lap, and all of this, so it's been a great drive. It's been a great race. Unfortunate for the 2 guys at the back. I can't remember the names. James Killer and MC. Unfortunately, they had a crash and they had been touching a lot throughout the final few battles. Final few laps, so there's going to be a little bit about that. So that's been the race for round 1 of SWE League. Really taking the lead of the championship for round 1. White second, Mitalio lucky with his amount of penalties compared to the other 2, jumping up 2 positions due to penalties to get 3rd. Mill unfortunately dropping down to 4th. Boosten 5th, who's lost 2 positions, which could have been 5 points. Max Wheatley 6th. Daniel KTM 7th. Dream On 8th. James Killer 9th. MC 10th. Radiant Wizard 11th. Pace Sven 12th. And then it's Adam 13th. I will have to give the driver of the day to... It's hard to say. I want to give it to Boogus because of where he qualified and where he got to. Yeah, no, I will give it to Boogus. It's just unfortunate of how many penalties he's got and all of that. So Boogus Boosten getting the driver of the day today for going up 5 positions throughout the race. Unfortunately, getting the penalty, dropping him down back to 5th. Best battle of the day was probably going to be the MC. Was it MC? Daniel KTM, James Killer, and what's the other one? What's the other one's name? I can't remember the other one's name. And what's his name? Damn it. I can't remember the guy's name. But no, it's been a great race to commentate on. I will see you guys tomorrow for Rear Wing Racing. I'm pretty sure it's Rear Wing. And then I have been confirmed the date from when I will be starting Gavra League. It will be Friday the first Friday of February, and that will be on a Friday night. So I don't know if that's going to be the BMW M1 Pro Car Series again, or what, but I might be on the other channel. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.